My name is Neelanjana Banerjee. I'm the managing editor of Kaya Press, an independent press dedicated to publishing innovative and experimental literature from Asian Pacific America and the Asian diaspora. Today I am going to be reading from The Rebel by Kazi Nazrul Islam, a Bangladeshi poet. This version is translated by Basudha Chakravarty and was published by the Sahitya Akademi in 1998. Say, courageous one, say high, I hold my head. The Himalayas look up at mine and humbly bow their peaks. Say, I pierce through the great sky of the universe. I reach above the moon, the sun, the planets, and the stars. I break through the limits of earth and all the heavens, and even the seat of God Almighty, and rise even higher, to the eternal surprise of the ruler of the universe. On my brow shines Shiva the Destroyer, as the benedictory seal of the triumph of King of Kings. Say, courageous one, my head remains ever high. I am ever irrepressible, impudent, and merciless. I am the dancing Shiva of the great cataclysm. I am cyclone, I am destruction, I am mortal terror. I am the curse of the earth. I am irresistible. I destroy everything to bits. I am the negation of all rule. I am reckless. I trample down all restraints, all bonds of do's and don'ts. I obey no law. I sink vessels laden to the brim. I am the torpedo and the terrible floating mine. I am Shiva with his flying locks, who ushers the untimely nor'wester of summer. I am the rebel, the mutinous child of the goddess of the universe. Say, valiant one, my head remains ever high. I am the plaited braid of the heart-free maiden's locks, and the desire in the eyes of the girl of winsome shape. I am the wild love blossoming lotus-like in the heart of the sweet 16. Blessed am I. I am the absent mind of the indifferent, the tearful sigh in the widow's heart, and the lament of the despairing yearner. I am the sorrow of deprivation in the heart of the homeless wanderer living on the road. I am the heart pounds of the humiliated, and again, the burning torment in the soul of love outthrown. I am the numbing pain in the offended, long aggrieved heart. I am the trembling stealer of imagined kisses, and the quaking first touch of the virgin. I am the lightning glance of the secret beloved and the repeated looks on every pretense. I am the love of the restless girl and the jingle of her bracelets. I am the eternal child, the eternal boy. I am the hem of the garment, the breastcloth and the scarf of the village maiden, timorous of her youth. I am the northern wind, the breezes of spring, and the east wind that causes the mind to stray. I am the deep melody of the wayfaring bard, and the music of the bamboo flute. I am the raging thirst of summer, the blazing sun. I am the trilling spring in desert oases, and the kaleidoscope of lush verdure. I rush forward in a transport of joy. What madness! I am mad. I have suddenly discovered myself, and all my bonds have fallen off. I am of earth made. I am dormed of the spirit. I am ageless, immortal, inexpendable, inexhaustible. I am the terror of men and demons and the gods. I am ever unconquerable in the universe. I am the God supreme over the God of the universe, the all-transcendent truth. I dance my way madly over heaven, hell, and earth. I am mad. I am mad. I have discovered myself, and today all my bonds are off. I am Brigu, the rebel, and I stamp my footprints on the bosom of God. I shall kill the Creator and shall cleave the heart of capricious God, who smites with grief and anguish. I am Brigu, the rebel, and will stamp my footprints on the bosom of God. I will cleave the bosom of that capricious being, God. I am the courageous rebel eternal. Alone, I tower over the universe with my head unbowed. I grew up listening to Bengali poetry, especially Rabindranath Tagore, who is the Nobel Prize winning poet laureate from India. And my parents are originally from Calcutta in India, and so in Bengal and in Calcutta, where my family is from, poetry is a lifeblood. Everybody can recite from the top of their head the poems of Rabindranath Tagore, but also Kazi Nazrul Islam. And both of them were contemporaries in the late 1800s, early 20th century, at a time where the movement against British colonialism was really coming to a head. And more than Tagore, Islam really was a militant and wanted to excite people to join together, join forces, especially Hindus and Muslims who were divided, to come together as a common cause against the British. And so he wrote this poem, The Rebel, to unite these forces together. And it has so much as nature and excitement, and there's these repeating lines about knowing myself and losing all my bonds. And I just think they're so exciting. In Bengali, this poem is a call to arms. It's really about the sense of freedom. I think especially growing up Indian American in the US, there's so much about your culture that my parents especially were trying to have me retain the culture, and so much of that was, against freedom. Was like, you have to be proper, and not to lose these values from India and America. And there's something in this poem that is about just being free and just being strong and powerful, and it goes all over the place, from the tops of the Himalayas to inside like a young woman's blouse. And I loved the kind of the freedom of it, to just not kind of be controlled. And I realized that, reading it as a young woman growing up in this country, it spoke to me as an adolescent, and to realize that was really coming from a place that he not to compare my parents to like the British colonialists, but he was saying to people like, let's break free of these bonds that have been placed on us by colonialism. And I think that it's amazing how that can speak to us, that kind of sense of freedom, whether we're being colonized or whether we are just coming into ourselves as young people. And so that's really where I connect to it, I think.